What do the Steelers need to do to really get their offense going? It's of course a mess. We're 1-2. Mitch Trubisky not playing very good. He's inconsistent. Offensive line is not good. We can't get a run game going. Our biggest playmakers aren't really doing much. They're not really playmaking. So it's a problem. Today we're going to be talking about it. So the 1-2 Steelers sit at third in the AFC North Division. Their offensive coordinator is Matt Canada. Not the biggest fan of him. Was not a big fan of him last year, but I did give him a chance because we had Big Ben, who of course slowed us down a bit. No matter how much I love Big Ben, of course he slowed us down last year. So I thought us bringing in a quarterback who's more mobile, doesn't matter who's in a quarterback this year, anybody would have been more mobile than Big Ben. So Mitch Trubisky or Pickett, either way, I thought I was going to give Canada their chance because, okay, well maybe Big Ben was just holding us back. Now we have a more mobile quarterback. Maybe we could have a more fast-paced offense. We could air it out downfield. We're not seeing that at all in these first three games, and it's embarrassing. Like I said, we're 1-2. We lost to the Patriots, which I don't think we should have lost. I think we were a better team than them. The Patriots were not good. We lost to the Browns, which, of course, the Browns is always going to be a tough game, but we could have won that game as long as we didn't play conservative, which we did. Mitch Trubisky, our quarterback, not playing terrible this year, but he's not doing it. He's not doing a good enough job. And, of course, he's in the hot seat. Kenny Pickett could be starting any day now. I really think Kenny Pickett should be starting for this Jets game coming up. But it looks like they're going to be sticking with Mitch Trubisky. He's at 569 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. 2 touchdowns in 3 games by a quarterback is not good. It is not good. Our playmakers, our receivers, they're not getting the ball that much either. Deontay Johnson, he's having a quiet year at 196 yards and no touchdowns. Chase Claypool was supposed to be a big target at 79 yards. George Pickens, okay, we drafted him at second round. Supposed to be our big another big target this year, only 65 yards. Of course, had a catch of the year last week, but not enough. Not enough. Well, he had it on Thursday, not enough. Najee Harris, expected to be a top 5 running back this year. I still think he could be there, but he's running 128 yards and a touchdown, receiving 48 yards and a touchdown as well. Of course, he's our biggest part on offense. We knew that going in, which is true, but it's still not good enough. He should be at least closing on to 300 yards rushing right now. Offensive line can't get a run game going. Offensive line pass blocking is not too bad. Mitch Trubisky is having to roll out of the pocket a lot more, which he shouldn't be. Him rolling out of the pocket, of course, is going to make him force throws, rush throws, which makes him inconsistent. That first half against the Browns, we actually looked pretty decent. Our offense was going. Second half, not good. Last year we were a second half team. This year we're looking like a first half team. That can't happen. We of course have to target Pat Freiermuth. We didn't target him at all really last game until the last couple of drives of the game. He made 2 great catches. I mean, you have to target Pat Freiermuth. He's a very underrated tight end around the league. Of course, everybody as a Steeler fan knows how good he is. We got to target him. Our 2 main targets on offense should be Deontay Johnson and then Pat Freiermuth. It's how it is. I think they're the 2 best targets on that team. Chase Claypool, he's good, but I think we should target Freiermuth more. I think he's more effective. Najee Harris, of course, yeah, target him, but he's a running back. I'm talking about receiving core, true receivers. Deontay Johnson and Pat Freiermuth, we have to be targeting him. Deontay Johnson on the quick routes. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of us running drag routes all the time with him, or like little tiny 5-yard outs or quick slants. He's effective, but we can't keep being consistent with that. We can't keep running that, is what I'm saying. We can't keep consecutively running short routes. It catches up. It catches up. Defense is obviously going to know that. But Deontay Johnson, of course, use him more for those quicker routes and even some 10, 15-yard routes, comebacks, post. Use him for those mid-range or short-range plays. And Pat Freiermuth, just use him across the middle. He's going to be open. He's a strong tight end, tall tight end. Hit him across the middle. We need to do that. But like I said, with the offensive line and pass blocking, it really wasn't that good. I know a lot of people are saying, well, he's not getting sacked much. That doesn't matter. Just because you don't get sacked doesn't mean the offensive line's not good. He keeps having to roll out because of the defensive line rushing. He has to keep running. Thankfully, he's mobile, because if it was Big Ben back there, he'd be getting sacked 2 or 3 more times than Mitch Trubisky is. Promise you that. A lot of people are saying, well, the offensive line's not doing too bad. It is. On the run game, it's doing terrible. Najee Harris should be close to 300 yards right now. Mitch Trubisky should not be having to roll out of the pocket every single play because of defensive line rushing. Our offensive line is not that good. And penalties too. We had a lot of penalties this year. So that's what's wrong with our offense. I mean, if I could go back to the offense, I'd love to go back to the 2015 and 2017 Steelers offense. Of course, fast, non-conservative. If I could have Todd Haley back, I would too. I miss Todd Haley. I really do. Non-conservative offense. Do whatever, okay? Mix it up. Not the same couple plays every single time. It does not work. It did not work last year. It's not working this year. What do we do against the Jets now? Jets a young, fast team. Defense is pretty solid. Offense, of course, is pretty solid, but I trust in our defense besides the run game. We still can't stop the run no matter what. We're like 0-6 without LiQWYD either. He's a big part of that pass rush, of course, obviously. I mean, he tied the sack record last year. Everybody knows that. But what I'm saying is we don't get a pass rush, obviously, when TJ Watt is not in the game. We need to have a pass rush on defense. But either way, we're talking about the offense. Like I said, this would have been a perfect time to start Kenny Pickett. I didn't think we should have started him last Thursday because it was prime time on the road. Give Mitch that chance to see how he does in prime time. He didn't play terrible, but he was making a lot of bad decisions. Our offense is not doing much with him. That's why I think Kenny Pickett could give him a chance against the Jets. Not a bad team, okay, thinking about it. They're not really bad. They're still a solid team. Steelers could lose to anybody. If you know in the past, Steelers lose to terrible opponents all the time. I think that would have been the chance, though, to give Kenny Pickett the chance because we have a tough stretch of games after that. Looking at my schedule right now, after the Jets, we have Buffalo in Buffalo, Tampa Bay, and then on the road against Miami, and then Philadelphia. Then we have our bye. That's a tough stretch of 4 games after the Jets. I mean, I'm considered the Jets a tough game, too, because we lose, like I said, to these terrible teams. But what do you do with the quarterback situation? What do we do? Because Kenny Pickett, like I said, offensive coordinator is not good. He's conservative. He's a mess. I don't think anybody back there would be good with Matt Canada as offensive coordinator. And our offensive line is not good. So do you really put Kenny Pickett in that situation? You know, it turned out to be a Sam Darnold, where Sam Darnold, of course, is very talented, but he's put in a terrible organization. Now we're never going to hear about Sam Darnold again. That's what happens with these rookie quarterbacks a lot. They get drafted to like the Browns in the past. The Jets, they don't turn out good because they're in a terrible organization. They can't really develop. I don't want to see that happen with Kenny Pickett. Of course, we're not a terrible organization no matter what. Steelers will always be a good organization, but still, we're in a bad offense. And putting Kenny Pickett in there, I don't think anybody's the answer besides a good offensive coordinator. Our quarterback's not the biggest problem. If I can list what's our biggest problem, it's going to be the offensive coordinator, to the line, to the quarterback. That's really it. But what do we do? I don't know. We're going to stick with Mitch. I don't hate it. Okay, I'd like to see Kenny Pickett against the Jets, but I don't hate it. It's not like I'm mad about it. I just want to see offensive coordinator. I just want to see our offense going more. I want to see the play calls going more. We got to use our weapons. George Pickens, Chase Claypool, huge deep targets that we got to take advantage of. Deontay Johnson, a fast, quick wide receiver. We got to use the most out of him, but we can't keep throwing it to him. We can't keep targeting him because defense is going to pick it up. Balance it out. And then Pat Frymouth across the middle, just keep hitting him. And then we got to get a run block. We got to open up holes for Najee. I've been saying this all the time. We got to open up running lanes for Najee Harris. Let him work. He's one of the most talented running backs in the league. He can hurdle you, he can juke you, he can stiff arm you, spin you out. He's a talented running back, but we got to give him some open grass. He can't just keep working in the backfield with 2 or 3 defensive linemen coming up against him. Le'Veon Bell could have did that. Najee Harris is not Le'Veon Bell yet. I mean, if we had Le'Veon Bell back there, I'd be a bit more confident about that because obviously we saw Le'Veon Bell so patient. He breaks through defensive line tackles all the time when he's in Pittsburgh. Najee Harris isn't there yet. He's still young. Just give him open grass and he's going to make the most out of it. That's all I really have, though, for this offense. What we got to do. What we have to do is stop playing conservative and just air it out. Second thing is get a run game going and just pass block. Third thing is pass block. Like I said, just make sure Mitch doesn't have to keep rolling out of the pocket every time where he has to keep throwing rushed throws, panic throws all the time. It's not going to work. He's not the quarterback to do that. Lamar Jackson, yes. Patrick Mahomes, yes. Josh Allen, yes. Not Mitch Trubisky and not Kenny Pickett either yet. That's all I have. Let's see how we do against the Jets. We have to win this game. If we don't win this game, I'll be honest, I don't think we'll win that 4-game stretch after the Jets against the Bills, Buccaneers, Dolphins, and Eagles. I really don't think we'll win a single one of those games. I really don't. The Jets, yes. It's going to be a rough season, though. It's just how it is based off what we saw the first 3 games. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's too early to tell. I hope so. That's what it is. Offense has to get going. We're going to be a bad team. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think. What does the Steelers offense need to do to get going to be a playoff team? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm out, guys. Peace.